Good evening, Vananda. Good evening, Dr. Rania, ma'am, today's distinguished speaker.
Hello, hello.
Hello, ma'am. Hello. With the permission of distinguished speaker and other dignitaries, shall we start this program, ma'am? Now?
Yes, yes, of course, of course.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Uh, it is my privilege to stand before all of you to welcome for this auspicious 7-day program, Think Beyond, a 1 week international lecture series for bridging disciplines. Last year also we had organized the same, and this year we had changed small and we had included some other things, giving as a tagline braces. So our jury and honorary advisory committee had decided braces B for business and management, R for research and ethics, A for agriculture and its allied branches, C for cross-disciplinary collaboration, framework, crisis-driven adaptation, and E for environmental sustainability, S for science and technology. It's my great privilege to a part of this great event over the 7 days. And today, a very auspicious day that we are having one a great uh, motivator, speaker, and a moving encyclopedia, our Dr. Rania Lampu ma'am. So, on this auspicious occasion, I would like to invite all our respected jury members, respected President Dr. Mr. Nagbabu Abraju sir, and Professor E.S. Srinivas Rao sir, Professor Kollaram Prakash Rao sir, Dr. Dixon Adams sir, and our national, international advisory jury members, and our participants, present media, and my dear students. A very warm welcome to this 7-day international lecture series program. I request Mr. Rashekar sir, please share your screen for playing prayer song, sir.
कोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
Thank you, Mr. Rashekar sir, for playing such an wonderful prayer song for this great beginning of 7 days international event. Now, it's my privilege to introduce our today's speaker, Dr. Rania Lampo ma'am. Dr. Rania Lampo ma'am is an internationally acclaimed STEM educator, researcher, and instructor affiliated with the Greek Ministry of Education from Greece. Ma'am also an ICT teacher and trainer and a passionate advocate for innovative interdisciplinary education that integrates STEM, digital technologies, neuroscience, and sustainability into classroom learning. Dr. Rania Lampo ma'am is widely recognized for designing and leading international educational projects aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), and her research interests include cognitive psychology, cognitive neuroscience, educational innovation, and brain-based learning. Ma'am has successfully combined STEM education with language learning, astronomy, and uh, physics to inspire students worldwide. Ma'am has many achievements, and ma'am is a recipient of numerous national and international awards. Dr. Anya Lampo ma'am was a, Global Teacher Prize panelist, 2019 and has been honored with distinctions such as a Global E-Innovation winner, Pan-European Diversity in STEM winner, Education Leader of the Year, and Best Teacher Award. Through her dedication and educational excellence, ma'am continues to empower educators and students by promoting creativity, critical thinking, scientific inquiry, and global collaboration. It's our pleasure, ma'am, and we are very, very much fortunate enough to have such a wonderful personality with us for initiation of this great 7-day program. Thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting my invitation and for giving your auspicious talk to this gathering. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this beautiful introduction. Greetings, everyone. It is my great pleasure and privilege to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all our respected academicians, scholars, students, industry experts, innovators, and of course, all the distinguished resource speakers and participants from across the globe to this 7 days Think Beyond Braces International Lecture Series. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to Sidvi Society for Research and Development and Sidvi Foundation. I sincerely thank each one of you, of course, for joining us for this unique week-long journey of knowledge, innovation, disciplinary learning. And of course, I would like to warmly thank Dr. Aruna Nakela for the kind invitation. The future belongs to those who can connect ideas, who can collaborate across fields, those who can transform knowledge into meaningful solutions. And this vision is beautifully reflected on in this theme today, Think Beyond Braces. And this lecture series has been designed actually to bring together diverse backgrounds and academicians to exchange ideas, to inspire innovation, to build meaningful collaborations that transcend the traditional academic boundaries. So we hope that every session inspires curiosity, encourages critical thinking, and opens new avenues for research and professional growth. So to all our participants, I encourage you to engage actively, ask questions. The interactive part, I think, is the most beautiful part. Exchange perspectives and make the most of this opportunity. Today I will present something I think very interesting. I think you will love the topic. It's about humanoid robotics, humanoid robots, and why, especially for elderly people, why I chose this topic? Because as societies worldwide experience now a growing aging population, according to recent studies, the demand for innovative approaches to supporting older adults is becoming increasingly important. So this session today will provide an opportunity to examine how emerging developments in robotics and assistive technologies can improve the quality of life for seniors in order to help them foster independence, enhance safety, support their health, promote overall well-being. And the integration of robotics and assistive technologies, as we're going to see in general, is reshaping the future of healthcare. So innovations such as smart mobility devices, remote health monitoring systems, social companion robots, as we're going to see today, how they can help patients and elderly people. Intelligent home technologies, all these are revolutionizing the way care is delivered. And these solutions not only ease the responsibilities of caregivers. No, I have my mother, which is very sick, and if I have money, I could buy such robots. So these solutions can actually enable older adults to lead more independent, active, and socially connected lives. Of course, we're going to see that while these technological advancements present tremendous opportunities, it is essential to recognize that compassionate care, dignity, and meaningful human relationships remain at the core of elderly support. And technology should serve as a partner and not a replacement of human caregivers, enhancing their ability to provide personalized care while improving the comfort, dependence, and quality of life for older adults. So I will start sharing my presentation. Dr. Aruna, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Can you see also the change of slides?
Yes, ma'am. They are moving also.
Okay, thank you. So, the rapid development now for AI, robotics, automation has revolutionized healthcare delivery. And among these innovations, humanoid robots have already emerged as a promising technology capable of performing human-like interactions and assisting healthcare professionals in various clinical and non-clinical settings. So these robots are designed with human features, with communication abilities and intelligent decision-making capabilities that actually enable them to support patient care, rehabilitation, elderly assistance, hospital management, and medical education. Here we're going to see today how these humanoid robots can be applied, what are the benefits, what are the challenges, what are the future prospects. And first of all, we can see that these are machines designed to imitate human physical characteristics and behaviors, so that typically they possess the human-like body structure, facial expression, speech recognition, of course, AI for decision-making. We're going to see some examples how this works. Visual systems, autonomous navigation, object recognition, gesture, and emotion recognition. And already we have applications in healthcare for patient assistance. They can improve hospital services by assisting patients throughout the health care journey, because they can welcome patients, they can guide visitors to the hospitals, they can schedule appointments, they can collect the patient information, they can deliver medications, and also they can provide discharge instructions. So this reduces waiting times and allows healthcare staff to focus on complex clinical tasks. Very important also for mental health. Humanoid robots are increasingly used in psychological and emotional care. So they assist them with anxiety, depression, with Alzheimer. So through conversation, facial expressions, games, storytelling, and emotional interaction, they can actually manage to reduce loneliness and improve emotional well-being. And we're also going to see rehabilitation also therapy, because these robots play a significant role in rehabilitation medicine. They assist the patients recovering from stroke, from orthopedic surgeries, for Parkinson disease and neurological disorders. So robots demonstrate exercises, they monitor patient performance, they provide real-time feedback and motivate patients during rehabilitation sessions. Pediatric also healthcare, because children often experience fear during hospital visits. So humanoid robots help by explaining medical procedures. They can distract children during injections, can play educational games, reducing anxiety before surgery, support therapy sessions. So hospitals have actually reported improved patient cooperation and the satisfaction when robots are involved. And infection control, because the COVID pandemic highlighted the importance of minimizing unnecessary human contact. So humanoid robots assisted by delivering medicines, by screening patients, by providing telemedicine consultations, sanitizing hospital environments. So these applications demonstrate actually the value of robotics during healthcare emergencies. And in general, for medical education and training, medical institutions increasingly use humanoid robots for education, because they support simulation-based learning, clinical communication training, emergency response practice, and surgical demonstrations. Students can actually repeatedly practice clinical procedures in a safe environment. So what are benefits so far? That these robots provide consistent assistance, timely reminders, personalized support, improving healthcare quality. In addition, healthcare professionals spend significant time performing repetitive tasks, so robots automate routine activities, allowing staff to focus on patient treatment. We talk availability. Unlike humans, robots can operate continuously without tiredness. And enhanced patient engagement, because interactive communication increases patient participation in rehabilitation and treatment programs. Robots can provide healthcare also services in rural and underserved communities through telepresence and remote monitoring. AI is already serves, we know, as the brain of humanoid robots. So technologies include machine learning, speech recognition, facial recognition, predictive analytics, natural language processing, computer vision. All these technologies allow robots to learn from experience, to understand patient needs, and provide personalized care. Despite all this significant progress, of course, several challenges remain. This has to do usually with how these robots require substantial investment in development, maintenance, and software updates, so high cost. These robots collect sensitive patient data, making cybersecurity essential, and ethical issues like patient privacy, decision-making responsibility, the human dignity, emotional attachment to robots. So we're going to discuss about these things. So robots, of course, cannot fully understand complex emotions or provide the empathy or human caregivers. Maybe in the future this will happen. And there are technical limitations, battery life, the navigation in dynamic environments, speech recognition in noisy settings. All these remain areas for improvement. So the future trends here, I would say that the future robots will become increasingly intelligent in the future through all these advances in AI, in cloud computing, in next generation communication technologies. So emerging developments would include emotionally intelligent robots, more personalized healthcare assistants, the digital twin integration, the prediction, the smart hospital ecosystems, home-based robotic caregivers, and remote robotic consultation. Because as AI continues to evolve, these robots are expected to become trusted partners in healthcare delivery. And these some case studies already. Pepper robot has been used in hospitals to greet patients, provide directions, answer health-related questions, and offer companionship to elderly individuals. This robot in the picture here is Grace. Grace is a healthcare-focused humanoid robot capable of monitoring vital signs, communicating with patients, supporting telemedicine consultations, and assisting frontline healthcare workers. And now has been successfully employed in rehabilitation programs for children with autism, helping improve communication skills, social interaction, and cognitive development. So here we can say that these humanoid robots are reshaping modern healthcare by combining artificial intelligence, robotics, and human-centered design to improve patient outcomes and healthcare efficiency. Now, this is some types we want to discuss about now. The elderly, the application of humanoid robots among older adults. So the first category is companion social robots. ELIC is a tabletop companion that also reminds users about medication, encourages activity, and nutritional illness. Another category of robot is what we call parotherapeutic robot SEAL. It is used very effectively in dementia care to reduce stress. How? Through interaction. And the SoftBank Robotics Pepper, which is used in care facilities to greet residents, as I mentioned before, lead simple exercises and provide interaction. So here, another category is Toyota Human Support Robot, which helps elderly people by opening doors, by assisting with daily tasks. Another category is Honda Assistive Robotics. It's an early robotics research which focuses on mobility assistance. And a very popular also rehabilitation and medical support is exoskeletons, what we call rewalk systems, which help people with mobility impairments stand and walk during rehabilitation. The smart monitoring systems like wearables, which alert caregivers in case of emergencies. And how these robots improve medication adherence first? Because first, these robots can provide visual, auditory, or verbal reminders when it is time to take medications. So unlike simple alarms, robots can adapt reminders based on user responses and preferences. Second, some robots can record whether medications were taken and maintain adherence logs. Caregivers or healthcare providers may receive alerts when doses are missed. The cognitive support. For older adults with memory difficulties, robots can provide step-by-step guidance and repeat instructions as needed. And they can help also distinguish between different medications and dosing times. The social interactions we're going to see is very interesting because socially assistive robots can engage users in conversation and encourage healthy behaviors and motivate at the same time. So the sense of companionship may increase users' willingness to follow treatment plans. Advanced systems can connect also with electronic health records, with medication dispensers or telehealth services. So this enables more personalized management and timely intervention. So the evidence from research now, studies generally show an improved medication adherence rate compared with standard reminder systems alone. Second, increased user satisfaction when robots are perceived as friendly and trustworthy and easy to use, and potential reductions in missed dose and medication errors. And of course, research shows greater benefits for individuals with mild cognitive decline than for those with severe dementia who may require additional human support. So, robotic systems reduce hospital readmissions in elderly patients. And how this happens? Robotic systems combine features like remote, what is this here? Remote monitoring of vital signs, the blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, medication reminders and adherence tracking, or fall detection and emergency alerts, telepresence capabilities that allow clinicians to communicate with patients, monitoring of daily activities and behavioral changes, and AI-driven identification of early signs of deterioration. All these functions can help healthcare providers identify problems before they become severe enough to require hospitalization. So here, of course, there are challenges. For example, some older adults may have difficulty using technology, or false alarms can create alertness. Initial cost can be high, and privacy and data security issues. So which patients benefit most? Those who have chronic conditions, those who have recently discharged from the hospital, or those who are high risk of medication and non-adherence, who live alone, etc. So what impact now do rehabilitation robots have on mobility recovery after stroke? These rehabilitation robots are devices that assist patients in performing repetitive task-specific movements during therapy. So common types include the robotic gait trainers that help with walking practice, the exoskeletons worn on the legs and arms to assist movement, the interpretive devices that guide limb movements through specific patterns, and robot-assisted balance and mobility systems. So what are the effects on mobility recovery? That this gait training allows patients to practice many more walking steps than traditional therapy alone. So this high-intensity repetition helps stimulate neuroplasticity, this brain's ability to recognize and form new connections after injury. So studies have found improvements in walking speed, in walking endurance, in ability to walk independently, gait symmetry coordination. So all these benefits are often greatest in individuals with moderate to severe mobility impairments. And of course, they can enhance lower limb strength. They can provide assistance when needed and gradually reduce support as recovery progresses. So this helps older adults practice movement safely while rebuilding strength and motor control. One of the strongest advantages of rehabilitation robots is the ability to deliver more repetitions per session, longer training periods, and consistent movement patterns. Those higher therapy doses are associated with better functional recovery after stroke. And of course, improve balance and functional mobility, because some robotic systems target static balance, weight shifting, and transfer. So improvements in these skills can translate into better performance in daily activities, such as starting from a chair or climbing stairs or walking in the community. Older adults, specifically for older adults, this reduces the physical burden on therapists. This allows safe practice with body weight support. It helps maintain motivation through interactive feedback and can be adapted to different levels of disability. And also, these robotic assistants can support chronic disease management through the health monitoring, through medication management and encouraging healthy behaviors, because robotic assistants can promote exercise rehabilitation activities, encourage healthy eating habits, support self-management routines, provide educational information about chronic diseases, etc. The social emotional support, remote care, and telehealth support. So studies generally report improved medication adherence, enhanced quality of life, and reduced caregiving burden. Now, what about independent living and daily activities? Assistive technologies support independent living, so there is a support for everyday life, for daily activities, improved safety and fall prevention, better health management, enhanced cognitive support, and increased social participation. So robotic functions which are most valued by elderly users in daily life, according to research, is face that elderly users frequently value robots that help them remain independent, while at the same time providing reassurance that help is available if needed. So examples, emergency alerting and calling for assistance, or medication reminders, or health monitoring, or fall detection. Why it is valued? Because it increases feelings of security and can allow older adults to live independently for longer. Many older adults also manage multiple medications and chronic conditions. This is valued because this reduces the risk of missed medications and helps manage chronic illnesses through the symptom monitoring, through tracking medication adherence, through communication with healthcare providers. And household assistance, because physical tasks have become challenging with age. For example, carrying objects, fetching items, assistance with meal preparation, smart home control. And why this is valued? Because it reduces physical strain and supports independent living. Communication, social isolation is a major concern among older adults. For example, sending messages or facilitating telehealth visits or reminders about social activities or video calling family and friends. So this is here, it's a robot help maintain the relationships and reduce loneliness. For cognitive support and memory, older adults often appreciate support for remembering daily activities because here the robots help with orientation to time and date, memory prompts, guidance to daily routines. So this helps maintain autonomy and confidence. Companionship, social robots can provide interaction, particularly for individuals living alone, through conversational interaction, entertainment, and games, reading news aloud, or providing encouragement or responding to emotional cues. So this it's important because it can reduce feelings of loneliness and provide emotional comfort, although most older adults actually do not view, of course, robots as replacement for human relationships, but they reported that is a good companionship for them. And mobility for users with physical limitations, assistance with movement can be highly valued. So examples, the walking support, navigation assistance, rehabilitation exercises. This is valued because it supports independence and reduces caregiving burden. So, what elderly users generally prefer? They prefer robots that are easy to use, that are reliable, trustworthy, that are respectful of the private data, personal data, that they are helpful, that are customizable to their needs, and they are supportive rather than controlling. So, smart home technologies improve safety. So I mentioned the issue of emergency response. They can detect the faults using motion sensors, cameras, wearable devices, or robot-based monitoring. They automatically alert family members or caregivers or emergency services. And they ensure seniors to call for help through voice commands or emergency buttons. So this can reduce the time between a fall and receiving assistance, which is critical for recovery. Smarter technologies can monitor health-related indicators, such as the sleep patterns or physical activity levels, medication adherence, so caregivers can be notified if unusual changes happen, allowing this way earlier intervention when health problems arise. The home hazard prevention, because smart home technologies can help prevent common household accidents by detecting smoke or fire, water leaks, automatically turning off appliances left on. They can monitor room temperature to prevent heat or cold-related illness, and can provide smart lighting that reduces the risk of trips and falls. So these amazing possibilities are related with benefits like greater peace of mind for families, enhance the quality of life, and faster response, emergency response, etc. So I mentioned some challenges, the cost, the issue of reliability of sensors, the need for training and technical support is another issue. And the barriers are usually the lack of awareness and evidence, the issue of trust. Users must trust that robots will perform tasks safely and accurately, because there is usually the fear of malfunctions, concerns about physical safety, worries about emergency situations, uncertainty regarding robot decision-making. So a lack of trust can reduce willingness to depend on robotic assistance. And of course, the social psychological barriers, acceptance is usually influenced by attitudes and perceptions. So there's resistance to new technology, the fear of becoming dependent on machines, or preference for human assistance, or stigma associated with assistive devices, or anxiety about interacting with robots. So some individuals may perceive robotic assistance as impersonal or uncomfortable. Now, I think it's a very interesting part, issue of mental health. And companion robots, we said that they can reduce loneliness because they support the mental well-being. Now, here, how do elderly users perceive emotional interactions with social robots? According to research, many older adults report that social robots can provide a sense of companionship, especially those who live alone, through daily conversations, through greetings, check-ins, reminders combined with friendly interaction, interactive games, and activities. So Users often describe these interactions as comforting and also even when they understand that the robot is not truly conscious or emotional. Second, the emotional comfort, the reassurance, because social robots can provide encouragement during difficult moments or calming responses during stress or anxiety, consistent, no judgmental interaction. Some elderly users find it easier to engage with a robot because they do not fear criticism or embarrassment. And increased engagement because robots may encourage physical activity, cognitive exercises, social participation, adherence to daily routines. The emotional element of the interaction can actually increase motivation compared with simple automated reminders. The common concerns is the lack of genuine emotion. Some older adults recognize that robots simulate emotions rather than experience them. The fear of replacing human contact, etc. So, what role can robotic companions play in supporting mental health? They can engage users in conversation. They can respond to voice commands and questions. They can encourage daily interaction. They can provide a sense of companionship, especially for individuals who have limited social contact. They can support emotional well-being because many companion robots are designed to recognize and respond to emotional cues through speech, facial expressions, or touch. So they may offer comforting responses, encourage positive routines and activities, provide reminders for relaxation or mindfulness exercises, create a sense of emotional connection reassurance, and animal-like robots in particular can evoke nurturing behaviors and emotional comfort similar to those experienced with pets. Robotic companions also can provide activities that stimulate cognitive processes such as memory, attention, problem solving, language skills. For example, memory games and quizzes, or storytelling activities, or conversation-based exercises, or orientation and reminders about time, date, and daily schedules. So regular cognitive engagement may help maintain mental functioning and slow cognitive decline. They assist people with dementia because they can reduce anxiety, they can provide calming and predictable interactions, they can encourage communication, social participation, and of course, they can support daily routines through prompts. So some studies have found improvements in mood also and reductions in behavioral symptoms when the companion robots are incorporated into dementia care. And regular interaction, of course, robots improve quality of life. This can motivate users to exercise regularly, to attend appointments, to maintain sleep schedules, participate in social activities. So they encourage healthy behaviors which contribute indirectly to better mental and cognitive health. And consistent daily routines can improve psychological well-being and cognitive functioning because robotic companions can deliver schedule reminders, can guide daily activities, they can help users organize tasks, and they can reinforce healthy habits and routines. So the benefits of regular interaction are already discussed. Companion robots can act as social catalyst by stimulating conversations with family members, with caregivers, with peers, by encouraging participation in group activities, by promoting communication in residential care settings. So in some cases, robots become a shared topic that increases human-to-human interaction. And mention about lower anxiety levels. So robotic pets in particular may provide emotional benefits similar to animal-assisted therapy without concerns related to allergies or feeding or veterinary care. So we talk about improved mood, positive affect, increased feelings of security, of comfort, and reduced symptoms of depression. So only these amazing possibilities and human-robot interaction here. Another interesting study from research is that what factors influence trust. Older adults are more likely, according to research, to trust robots that perform tasks accurately and consistently, provide dependable reminders, are monitoring, they respond appropriately to unexpected situations, they avoid frequent errors or technical failures. A robot that fails during important tasks, for example, may quickly lose user confidence. Robots that are really easy to use. Trust increases when robots are simple to operate, when they are designed with all the adults' ability in mind, when they are easy to learn without extensive technical knowledge, when they are adaptable to individual preferences. So complex interfaces or difficult controls can create frustration and reduce acceptance. Older adults may also be concerned about the collection of the personal behavioral data. So cameras, microphones, or monitoring features, or unauthorized access to information. So what is needed is transparent explanation. Transparent explanations about how the data are collected, stored, and used. This can improve trust. Robots that communicate naturally through speech, or facial expressions, or gestures may feel more trustworthy. Important factors include friendly behavior, respectful communication, appropriate levels of emotional expression, a sense that the robot understands the user's needs. And overly human-like robots may also create discomfort if users feel that the robot is pretending to have emotions. Personal attitudes. Trust is influenced by familiarity with technology, by previous experiences with digital devices, confidence using technology, the openness towards new innovations. So older adults who have less experience with technology may require more training and support, of course. Users are more likely to trust assistive robots when they believe that the robot provides meaningful benefits, such as greater independence, improved safety, better health management. So a robot perceived as unnecessary is less likely to be accepted. And of course, trust improves when older adults feel that they have control over technology. So this includes the ability to customize settings, the choice over when the robot interacts with them, the ability to stop or override robot actions. So feeling controlled by a robot may reduce acceptance. And also, recommendations and encouragement from trusted people can influence acceptance. Training and ongoing assistance also helps users feel more comfortable with robotic systems. Now, the robot appearance affects also acceptance because a humanoid appearance can increase acceptance because it makes robots seem more socially engaging, more easy to communicate with, more natural during conversation. So overly human-like robots, of course, can create discomfort if they appear almost human, but still behave mechanically. So the reaction is often linked to what we call uncanny valley effect. Uncanny valley effect is when small mismatches between appearance and behavior reduce trust and comfort. Many elderly users also respond positively to robots with clear facial expressions, with warm and non-threatening designs, recognizable features, simple interaction patterns. So a robot that appears approachable may feel less intimidating, especially for users with limited technology experience. The animal-like robots, the advantages here is the familiar appearance, the lower expectations than human-like robots, the association with companionship, the easier emotional engagement. So these designs may be particularly useful for reducing loneliness because users can interact with them in a way similar to caring for a pet. And in addition, the robot's appearance influences expectations about its abilities. For example, a medical-looking robot may be trusted for health monitoring, but may feel less emotionally warm. Or a socially designed robot may encourage conversation, but may be perceived as less capable for practical tasks. or a small home-friendly robot may feel less intrusive in their life. So the best design often depends on the robot's purpose. And acceptance also varies on personal attitudes towards technology, the age, of course, so the cultural expectations about caregiving, the living situation, preferred design characteristics. Older adults commonly prefer robots that are friendly but not overly human, as I mentioned before, easy to recognize as machines, robots that are physically safe and not threatening, small enough for home environments, able to display simple emotions, and respectful and predictable in behavior. So, at the same time, the communication styles, which are more effective, a robot should use communication that is easy to understand by using short sentences and familiar words, avoiding complex instructions, giving one instruction at a time, repeating or rephrasing information when it's needed. So, for example, instead of saying, your medication schedule requires compliance now, a robot could have a better approach, could adopt a better approach to say, it's time to take your medicine. Second, many older adults benefit from a slower communication pace. So effective robots should speak clearly at a moderate speed, allow extra time for responses, avoid interrupting, and confirm understanding before moving on. This reduces frustration and makes interaction feel more natural. A robot should communicate also in a way that preserves dignity and independence. So helpful approaches include using polite language, treating the user as an adult, offering choices rather than giving commands. So the example is, instead of saying, would you like to take a short walk now or after lunch? This is better and less effective. You need to walk now. More personalized communication. So older adults respond better when robots adapt to individual preferences. Personalization may include remembering the user's name, or learning preferred routines, or adjusting conversation topics to personal interests, or adapting speech style to hear cognitive needs. So a personalized robot can feel more like a supportive assistant rather than a machine. Robots should recognize and respond appropriately to emotional states. Some effective behaviors include acknowledging feelings, offering encouragement, using supporting phrases. So, for example, robots say, I understand that this feels difficult. Would you like to try again together? And the multimodal communication, combining different communication methods improves accessibility. So useful features include voice interaction, the touch screens, large text, clear icons. So this helps users with hearing, vision, or cognitive challenges. The conversational interaction, because many older adults prefer robots that allow, is it an echo? There is an echo here. Can you mute your microphones because I hear myself? Okay. So can you mute your mics because there is an echo? Okay, many older adults prefer robots that allow natural conversation rather than only task-based commands. So effective conversational features could be ask open-ended questions or show interest in the user. No, it's not possible. Continue. Okay, thank you. So share information in a conversational way or support storytelling. For example, the robot says, you mentioned you enjoy gardening. What flowers do you like growing? The positive reinforcement, encouragement. Robots can support motivation by using encouraging feedback. For example, robots say, great job completing your exercises, or you have been keeping a good routine this week. Positive reinforcement can improve confidence and engagement. And for elderly users, trust is essential. Robots should clearly explain what they're doing, be honest about limitations, etc. These robots can be designed to support dignity because older adults should be able to decide when and how to use a robot, which tasks the robot performs, the level of assistance provided, and whether data are collected and shared. Providing customizable settings and easy to understand controls, this helps preserve autonomy and self-determination. And also, robots should assist users in completing tasks themselves whenever it is possible, rather than taking over completely. So examples include providing reminders instead of automatically making decisions, offering physical support during mobility activities, guiding users through tasks rather than replacing their involvement. So this approach encourages functional ability and confidence. Privacy is closely linked to dignity. Design features should include the user control cameras, microphones, transparent data collection practices, secure storage of personal information, clear consent mechanisms. So older adults should understand what information is being collected and have control over its use. Of course, the use of person-centered design, which means that older adults should be involved throughout the design process. So this includes participatory design workshops, or user testing with diverse aging populations, or adaptation to individual needs, cultures, and preferences. So person-centered design increases acceptance and ensures that technologies address real-world needs. And the technology acceptance, the factors that influence older adults' willingness to use assistive robots, it's about perceived usefulness. They're more likely to accept these robots when they believe that technology can provide real benefits, such as helping them with daily activities, or increase independence at home, or reduce reliance on caregivers. If a robot is seen as solving a meaningful problem, then users are more likely to consider adopting it. Willingness to use robots increases when they are simple to operate, equipped with clear instructions and intuitive controls, supported by training technical assistance. So difficult and confusing technology can discourage adoption. Older adults need confidence that robots will work correctly, consistently, that can provide accurate information or respond appropriately in emergencies or protect personal information. So previous positive experiences with technology can strengthen, of course, trust. And personal beliefs influence also acceptance. Usually factors have to do with openness in technologies, the previous experience with smartphones or smart devices, the confidence in learning new systems, and perception of robots as helpful or intimidating. The willingness also may decrease due to concerns about being monitored, or the loss of independence or autonomy, or reduced human interaction. So clear privacy protection and user control can improve acceptance. For social assistive robots also, acceptance may depend on whether the robot feels friendly, engaging, if it's respectful and not judgmental, if it is appropriate for the user's lifestyle. So some users prefer a companionship, some others may prefer human interaction. Cost and availability of course, the influence of family, encouragement from trusted people can affect the willingness to adopt assistive robotics. So support, demonstrations, and guidance can reduce uncertainty and increase confidence. Acceptance also can vary depending on cultural views about aging and caregiving, beliefs about independence, etc. And of course, digital literacy affects the acceptance and concerns the difficulty about technology, feeling uncomfortable sometimes. So the family members also influence adoption decisions because many older adults consult family members before adopting new technologies. So family members, caregivers may research available robotic technologies or compare the costs, help assess whether the robot meets the older adults' needs to participate in purchasing decisions. Perceptions of benefits, because adoption is more likely when family members believe that assistive robots can improve safety or provide monitoring, enhance medication adherence. Concerns about risks, family members may discourage adoption if they have concerns about technical complexity, reliability, safety. And of course, the influence of user confidence. Supportive caregivers can reduce anxiety about using robots. They can reinforce successful experiences. They can promote long-term engagement. Conversely, skepticism from family members may decrease acceptance. And the caregiver burden and motivation. Caregivers may view these robots as tools that help reduce workload by supporting tasks as what I mentioned before about medication reminders, etc. So if caregivers perceive that the robot can reduce stress and caregiving demands, then they can become strong advocates for adoption. Family members also face a trade-off between promoting autonomy and ensuring safety. Some may support robots because enable aging in place, they can increase independence, etc. Others may worry that reliance on technology would increase risks if the robot fails, etc. So the conceptual framework which works here, a common model, is family caregiver attitudes, perceived benefits and risks, then adoption decision, and after ongoing use and acceptance. The stronger the perceived beliefs and available support, the greater the likelihood of successful adoption. And finally, the robotic technologies can reduce caregiver burden through remote care communication. They help with in general, the medication management support, assistance with daily activities, and caregivers perceive integration of robots in general, said before. There are concerns about trust, there's a need for training. There are changes now in caregivers' role. Assistive technologies improve collaboration between caregivers and healthcare professionals because about real-time health monitoring, enhanced care coordinations, increased caregiving engagement, remote and home-based care. And of course, the challenges have to do with some digital literacy challenges, interoperability issues, the issues of ethics, safety, autonomy, dignity, respect, informed consent. This is the first one, the first step. The privacy should be protected with a number one principle, which is called data minimization. Always use the minimum data that you need. First one principle, transparency, protecting physical privacy, etc. And the use of care robots threatens or enhance both. They can enhance dignity by supporting, the social emotional well-being, but at the same time, they can threaten dignity if there is a lack of choice or control, if people feel like a burden or being replaced. So factors are defined whether robots support dignity, if they respect the user's preferences, if they allow control and choice, if they support and not replace human caregivers. And of course, the guidelines have to do with respect always for human dignity, promotion of autonomy, preservation of human relationships, the person-centered, human-centered design evaluation, and the ethical governance and continuous assessment. So a proposed framework here could be for robotic caregiver deployment is dignity plus autonomy plus safety plus privacy plus transparency plus human oversight plus equity plus human connection, and all these together form what we call responsible robotic care. The smart aging and AI integration, AI robots personalized care for older adults because AI helps with adaptive communication, emotional support, personalized safety assistance, and predictive analytics play a crucial role in preventing health emergencies because they can predictive analytics can help with early detection of health deterioration, predicting falls, supporting chronic disease management, improving emergency response. They can detect early signs of cognitive decline, so by detecting mood, emotional changes, by assessing memory, cognitive tasks, by using AI for pattern recognition. And opportunities and risks, so greater dependence and aging in place for personalized care, early detection, etc. And policy implementation, policies which are needed to support the adoption, training digital literacy programs, integration into healthcare systems, the funding, financial support, support for accessibility, more inclusive design, and of course, ethical guidelines for human-robot interaction. The issues of cost-effective robots compared to traditional caregiving models. Here you can see turn high in comparison to what traditional caregiving, but of course in the future the cost will be lower. So here the types of robotic systems, telepresence robots, mobility, companions, smart home monitoring systems. And developing countries also can leverage assistive technologies, can develop low-cost local solutions, they can invest more in digital infrastructure, expand telehealth and remote care. This is research that presented in Indonesia. There were scholars which actually created these types of robots. So we had a discussion there. Just to say here, because you may ask me, if in which countries we have already these types of robots. Several countries have already integrated robots into everyday elder care, in healthcare and domestic life, although no country relies on robots as a complete replacement for human caregivers. So first, Japan has the world's oldest populations and faces a shortage of caregivers. So robots are used here for social interaction rehabilitation exercises. We have a parotherapeutic, I showed this in the beginning, Pepper humanoid robot, Robert lifting robot. In South Korea, is investing heavily in a elder care. So robots assist with all these activities that you see here, daily life, exercise coaching. In Denmark also, Denmark uses robots in nursing homes to deliver meals, to improve rehabilitation, assist with lifting patients. Sweden focuses on independent living, smart homes. Singapore actively deploys robots because of its aging population. So applications include cleaning, also a delivery with hospitals, in hospitals. And the United States uses robots usually in veterans care, in hospitals, assisting living communities. Germany has advanced research in smart healthcare robots, exoskeletons, rehabilitation robotics. And Israel develops AI companions such as Elif, designed to reduce loneliness, remind users about medications, etc. So the future of elderly care is not about robots versus humans, it's robots working with humans. So an effective model combines robots for lifting, monitoring, reminders, healthcare professionals for diagnosis, at the same time family members for love, for emotional support, and AI systems for lead detection. All this together. This collaborative approach can improve safety and independence while preserving the human relationships that remain central to healthy aging. And of course, the greatest challenge is not building robots that behave more like humans. This is not the challenge. The challenge is to ensure that humans continue to provide the empathy, dignity, and personal connection that no machine can truly replace. So the general purpose household robots, already we have these in countries, household robots that what they can do today, they can clean swimming pools, they can monitor home security, they can provide companions and simple reminders. But what these robots will do in the next 10, 20 years, I think that everybody will have robots in our houses. What happened with the smartphones and mobiles, I think it will be the same. We will have robots which will be able to cook simple meals, make beds, water plants, clean bathrooms, etc. Challenges that still need to be solved: dexterity, reliability, safety, and looking ahead, a robot many years from now would be able to understand spoken conversations in multiple languages, could manage household chores in an autonomous way, coordinate with smart appliance, act as a personal assistant, and learn its family's routines. So thank you very much. I'll stop here and can have a discussion, of course.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rania ma'am. I request anyone from the participant side, please interact with Dr. Rania ma'am, because it's a great honor to all of us and a great chance to meet Dr. Rania ma'am. I request anyone from the participant side, please interact with today's distinguished speaker. If you have any doubts or if you have any questionnaire or any
Yes,
general
they
interaction
can
with
write in the chat.
ma'am.
They
Yes,
can
ma'am.
write in the chat. They
Yes,
can
ma'am.
write also in the chat if they have any question.
Yes, yes. Ma'am is saying that you can write in the chat box also if you have any questions. I request Dr. Gayatri ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
actually, I was typing. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Rania ma'am. That was again an insightful lecture from your side. As usual, you have always been an inspiration for all of us. If I have to talk about myself, I have to say that listening to you has always been a very good experience, as well as something from a very experienced and a matured personality like you. I really thoroughly enjoy everything that you talk about humanoid, robotics, and everything. Of course, I have to admit that I'm not so much from science background, so it becomes difficult for me to understand your level and your capacity. It is a little difficult for me, but then I do take so much of interest, and to know more about it, I get that kind of an interest after listening to you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had so much of a keen observation to what I'm listening and make a note of that. I wouldn't have done that much had it not been for your lectures. Now I'm really taking more interest and also more time, investing more time on understanding how all this entire scientific research and endeavors that we are doing from an academic point of view, and also the teaching learning process as well. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's not about research only, it's about reality, the product, because I mentioned that in many countries like Japan, South Korea, Denmark, Germany, these robots exist. They're already used in hospitals. We have general purpose robots that, for example, China. In China, there are many robots like that which are used in factories or inside the house. So this is a reality already, a product. It's not research anymore.
True,
It's a
true. The kind of research that has already been taken place is now practically possible and also executed in all areas. So research is no more research now, and it has even crossed, or it has gone beyond that kind of an activity where it the seeds are sown and we get to see the fruits of it. That's how I understand that. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Dr. Gayatri ma'am. I request anyone else from the participant side.
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Rainier Lampo, ma'am. Listening to you is a kind of updating ourselves. Quite a good presentation, like as usual. So, like while mentioning different countries, I did not think you mentioned India's name.
No.
Okay, so maybe in India in the coming days we may use it at different places, but I was expecting you to show a demo I've seen so many nice pictures, images that a robo is with an adult and giving care, and some interaction demos, videos. Okay, I expected one or two, but it's not a big thing. Thank you, ma'am. And in personal care and in other areas, it will definitely help in personalized care and also personalized learning, also personalized learning. Okay, so it is good. It is good to have a robo and robo assistive robo in our day-to-day life. I really enjoyed listening to you. Thank you, Sidvi. It's a what you call a silent happiness for the
Thank you very much.
researchers. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Actually, Nidia, you mentioned
Ma'am, this is Dr.
India has.
Saudanya speaking. Excuse me,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I read one article and I also seen the picture. What happened in South Korea, and that the robot had committed suicide.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Because of overload of work, it was so exhausted and tired. It was not able to cope with the pressures of the work. Okay, and it had committed suicide, and the scientists are still finding to know the reason. What was it? See, it is very perplexing for me whether this machine also has some kind of human touch or what it is. And it was very timely that this kind of a thing had come up. And as also mentioned by madam, that something of India also should have been shown. We are also in the progress line. So I just didn't understand very much that if the robot can take an edge over human beings.
Yes, thank you very much for highlighting this incident. What happened in South Korea? This happened in 2024, and this involved the municipal service robot. And it attracted global attention because the robot was one of the first public servant robots employed by South Korea municipality. And let's not forget that South Korea is a global leader in robotics and automation. So the phrase robot suicide spread rapidly on social media because it was memorable. But what happened is that, this incident actually is an interesting example of how people naturally anthropomorphize robots, attributing human thoughts, motivations to machines, and even though today's robots operate according to programming. I mean, current robots and systems cannot commit suicide. I mean, they do not possess consciousness, they do not have emotions, they do not experience suffering. What they can do, they can malfunction, they can lose balance, they can make navigation errors or suffer hardware, but this should not be interpreted as intentional actions. So it was more like, it became viral because of all this publicity. And what you mentioned about, and of course, in the future, robots will be more sophisticated. In India, India has been steadily expanding the use of robots in healthcare. Although adoption is, I was reading, is concentrated in major urban hospitals, more specialized medical centers. Already this is applied in robotic surgery. There are also rehabilitation robots also there, which can help patients to recover from stroke. There are hospital service robots. For several hospitals employ autonomous robots that can deliver machines, that can carry food, the telepresence robots. I just made my presentation mention the most, the global leaders, but India has steadily, yes, expanding this. There are disinfection robots, yes, and AI, of course. So India is developing also indigenous medical robots. They have what was called, I think, SSCI mantra like this. It's the India's first homegrown robotic surgical system designed to make robotic surgery more accessible. So yes, it is expected to see significant growth also over the coming decade. And there are government initiatives, as far as I know, supporting digital health, increasing investments more in AI, the investment expansion of domestic robots, manufacturing, all of this are likely to make robotic technologies more accessible across a broader range of hospitals. But in the future, I think that we have more sophisticated robots, robots that will be more, will have more emotional characteristics. And what I mentioned about elderly care, about companionship and mental health, I think that they will help more our quality of life in the future because they will become more sophisticated. This is of course, my personal opinion. So let's see what will happen. But thank you for this comment and your intervention. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else wish to interact with Dr. Anya, ma'am?
Actually, we can give you the PowerPoint also, because I see here the recorded version. Yes, I can give you also the PowerPoint when you want.
I request Dr. Neela, ma'am, please give your feedback also, ma'am. Dr. Neela, ma'am. Okay. Swagat Kumar.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any interaction with do you wish to have any interaction with Dr. Rania, ma'am?
No, ma'am. Till now, I understand everything, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. That's all, ma'am. Thank you so much, because once if you give your talk, it will be directly reaches to the minds and hearts of the audience. So all the time, I'll very much impressed, ma'am, with your talks. So that's why I cannot imagine without your talk. I cannot imagine my event. So all the time I'm making you to be disturbed, ma'am. Sorry, and sorry to give you this much of trouble.
No,
So
it's
thanks a
always
lot.
great pleasure for me to join. And today topic, I think it was a motivation mostly to scholars, because in Indonesia, for example, when I presented this topic in conference, already researchers presented their own robots. It's something that takes from 6 years to 2 years approximately. 6 months to 2 years. So if scholars are interested in something like this, they can start from now. They can plan the invention. It's not something extremely difficult. So I presented this more for a motivation for the students and what they can do for the future. And this is also the human part of AI, because AI and robotics helping elderly people, this has to do with the human dimension of AI. We don't talk about technical part anymore. We talk about the social and human contribution of technology. Thank you very much, Dr. Aruna.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for enlightening all the gathering today. And this was the great beginning of our 7 days journey. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you. And I request Mary Sunanda, ma'am, could you please give your feedback for a minute, ma'am, so that we can conclude this day one.
Good evening once again. I hope I am audible to you all.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am.
So, respected Rania Lampo, ma'am, for like she is always a backbone to our conferences and our events, whatever Sidvi in collaboration with Sidvi, whatever Madam does, she has lot of confidence in Rania Lampo, ma'am. And you're also very good at rendering the services all the time. This is what she was discussing. So thank you for today's enlightening lecture and talk. It was the need of the hour to know about the AI and its extended services. People are just thinking about, they are just transferring themselves from what you call PowerPoint presentations, Excel, and from there they are slowly jumping into the AI, Chat GPT, but not all everyone. This is why, because lack of awareness. They do not know much about AI, its uses in ample fields. Wherever they want, they can have AI. This is what Madam explained today. In most of the countries, how they are using AI and like moving forward, excelling in their work and in their tasks, etc. Okay, so even in your lecture, ma'am, today you have discussed about personal care, AI use in workplace, AI use in a place of a servant maid, a dining table, and at hospital, and at various areas of our surroundings. Okay, so I really thank Daniel Lampo, ma'am, and I read the chat in today's this thing. Is this recording is available? Yeah, I think it is available. And as and when you feel like watching this video, you can rewound and one can view and one can update oneself. And this is the fantastic thing about participating online and then learning something online from the big experts like Rania Lampo, ma'am. I once again thank Aruna Nakella madam and all the other organizers associated with the Sidvi. We have so many names, like we are aware of them, so I thank each and every one of them today's evening lecture, and also for your constant working round the clock, 24 by 7. It is not a easy task to bring at least few participants on a program like this and help them enlighten themselves and then update themselves about the current topics, about the current things. Okay, so thank you, Aruna ma'am, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to say few things on this event of today, 3rd August 2026. Thank you once again, ma'am. Namaskar, adab, and good evening to you all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. It's my humble, it's my privilege, ma'am, to have you all. You are all stars, ma'am. Stars of Sidvi. If we make it as a
Yes.
sky is the limit for the Sidvi, but you are all shiny stars of Sidvi, Dr. Gayatri, ma'am, Dr. Mary Sananda, ma'am, and a big star of Sidvi is Dr. Rania, ma'am, and whatnot, everybody, ma'am, everybody, you're all giving your helping hands to Sidvi so that the Sidvi is moving ahead, not by my single hand. You're all joining your hands all the time in spite of your busy schedule. I don't know what return Sidvi can give to all of you, except saying my heartfelt thanks to one and all. Thank you so much. Actually, my health condition is not so much good, so that I am unable to switch on my video to view all of you. But I pray God, very soon I can come to you again with the same spirit and same Josh. Thank you so much, ma'am, all of you, for extending your support to Sidvi. because Sidvi is not to stop any of its events, what usually Sidvi will conduct. That is the reason why I'm in this condition itself. I am moving ahead with very small initiatives of joining some participants like that. If any mistakes committed by me in sending invitations on time like that, if I fail, please forgive me. Please extend your cooperation in future also. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot. And I request all of you to please be with us since the vote of thanks of this ending of the event also on coming 10th, coming Monday. We'll make it as a ending of the 7 days program. And one more thing I request to all the participants, please be active. This is not a type of simply joining in the meeting and simply going ahead here and there. This is the platform we are creating with a very much enthusiasm and very much vision. And this is not made by over day or one day. We are doing very hard work behind the screen to make this event to be organized. So this is for the benefit of all the participants, for the benefit of Sidvi, for the benefit of all the distinguished guests and speakers. So we must use this platform. I request all the participants to please be with the meeting, because just it's a around 1 hour to 1.5 hours only. And my plan is to make all convenient timings. That's why I'm planning this in the evening times, to not to disturb any of our working hours and not to disturb the international speakers timings also. So that's why I request all the participants, please be active. Your support and your questionnaire or your interaction with the guests and speakers will give us very much boost up, so that we can come with very much energy in future also, in my views. Thank you so much, one and all. Thank you, Dr. Rania ma'am, from bottom of my heart. Thank you, Dr. Mary ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Gayatri ma'am. And all the other participants, thank you for joining with us. And my students also, they had extended their support. And especially our key person, Mr. R.V. Rashekar sir. He is doing extensive work in my weakness time, that is my health condition. He is taking all the charges of doing behind screen works. Thank you, Rashekar sir, for your support. With this, I wish to conclude day one. And tomorrow at the same time by 7 o'clock, we'll meet with another speaker. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Good night to one and all. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this meeting is available in YouTube. I'll be sharing the YouTube live stream to all the participants. And Dr. Rania ma'am also, Mary Sunanda ma'am, I'll send to you also to WhatsApp.
I can share
Okay.
also the PPT.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So officially now I am ending the meeting to everyone.
Okay, ma'am.